What's up, boos? I just wanted to make a little public service announcement about quitting. Is quitting good or bad? If you want to quit a bad habit, isn't that good? But for some reason, there's this stigma about quitting a path in life that is no longer what you see for your future. Quitting something that is no longer serving you, that you once thought would. What do you do with that energy when you went to school for so many years and it doesn't feel fulfilling? I know what that's like. I spent from the time I was 16 years old up until damn near 30 in the restaurant industry. I started out as a hostess and I worked as a server and a bartender, did everything in the back of the house, front of the house. And I always thought I wanted to own a restaurant. You could not tell me I wasn't going to, okay? I had my regulars at the bar, at my restaurants, and I would see how much money they were bringing in, and I'm like, I can do this. I know how to bring good people around, good food and good drinks in a good atmosphere with great music and great service. It's just always been an industry that I loved and was passionate about. Fast forward years later, I went ahead and found myself in a little escrow for a restaurant. It was beautiful, 2,500 square feet in West Covina. Now, a few days before closing escrow, I had an acquaintance who was also in the restaurant industry, but in the franchise industry, who looked over my contract and said, you know what, Paris, this is a rotten deal. You know, location is everything. You have no parking. They're not giving you certain financial documents. This is a crappy deal. So 3 days before closing escrow on my first restaurant, where I was going to have one in LA, one in Miami, one in New York, one, and my first restaurant, 3 days before closing escrow, I pull out. And I felt okay with it. Everybody, my family, Paris is opening a restaurant. Everybody knows. And I said, it's okay. I'm going to take my time. Well, in the meantime, I took my concept on the road. I took my food, my recipes on the road and opened a catering company called Taco Daddy. And I had Taco Daddy for a couple years, based out of Los Angeles. And we went to different festivals and eventually started doing private parties and weddings. And I really hated every minute of it. I'm not gonna lie, I could not stand it. I could not stand seeing all these have you ever seen 60 pounds of carnitas before it's carnitas? And just feeding all these hungry people that weren't my friends and family. I was just like, I can't stand this. It was one day where I did an event for a wedding, and at the end of the wedding, a new bride came up to me and said, my wedding's in September. Are you available? And my heart sunk. I didn't want to do it. And that's when I knew, as much as everybody was so excited for me, I had to know it was time to quit. I tried it. I gave it a chance. I gave it a long-standing chance. You know that time in your life where you don't want to look back and say you didn't give it a fair shot? I did. And you know what I realized? I realized that I love serving people, because that's what every job, every mission in life is, a service unto others. So what's my best way of serving others, using the gifts that God naturally gave me and my interests, right? And what I realize is I love to serve and host. When you come to my home, you will be served like a king and queen, royalty. I love to serve great food, great drinks, but I love to do that on a small scale, on an intimate scale for the people I love. It's like grandma who loves to knit sweaters for her grandkids. But if you tell her to knit 40 by Saturday, she loses that passion. And I started not to want to cook for my family anymore. I was just over it. And I said, no, this isn't what I want to do. I didn't even know what I did want to do, but I knew that this wasn't it. I had to realize that this is what I like to do for the people I care about, but what is my mission on a grander scale? How am I going to serve people? And some people, this is what they're meant to do. Restaurateurs, I give them the utmost respect. Like I know restaurant industry inside and out, and I give them the utmost respect. I love going to a beautiful restaurant. but I'm not going to be opening one anytime soon. Maybe in the future when I have people to help me collaborate to make it happen and I'm not doing all the blood, sweat, and tears work from the bottom to the top. It's just not meant for me. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to collaborate. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say not right now. It's okay to say, thank you, I tried that. Always remembering that anything that's meant for you will always resurface, always come back to you. That's the way it is. So having that comfort to just let go and let God and not worry about the outcome, then we can just experience life, take new risks, experience new things, try new challenges. That's the deliciousness of life, right? So what are you gonna quit today? Put it in the comments below, all right? And I'll talk to you next time. Ciao.